Google are introducing some new tech, which Mike is going to talk to us about, and I'm going to try very hard not to offend anyone with on today's pause for the awkward silence at the end of this not so critical update.
You asked for it, so this is what you get.
You dick.
Anytime, Peter. So we did a story a couple of weeks ago about MoviePass using eye tracking technology to make sure people were watching the ads to be able to get the deal. Like, they were opting in for this. It wasn't a privacy violation. They wanted to do this in order to get the benefit of the service. We had some conversation about it. In this case, Google's talking about their look-to-speak technology, which is an accessibility feature that allows people who can't otherwise communicate to indicate with eye tracking signals what they want to say or what they want the phone to do. So this is an accessibility technology using eye tracking, not a ad tracking technology using eye tracking. Do you care about that distinction, Peter?
Look, I've said it before, and it's not my quote, but every tech nerd's utopian future is one step away from a dystopian privacy nightmare.
Sure,
it's
100%.
And it's Google. Like, honestly, how long do you think it's going to take before we discover that they've been tracking every disabled person's eye movements and they've used it to target ads?
Well, okay, so here's a cool thing. That I wish would have gone more mainstream. So I have a smartphone running Android, and the make and model is a OnePlus 7 Pro. And the reason this phone is so special is because the camera is actually hidden, the front camera, where every other phone that you guys have seen is either notched or a punch hole. Mine actually comes up the phone. It slides up. It has a little engine, and at the top of the phone, it like peeks out, and then it goes back down again. And when it's down,
adorable.
I love it. When it's hey, want to take a picture? Yeah.
And it looks like you're trying to do a selfie,
right?
So looks like you're trying to do a dick pic.
The cool thing. Well, listen. The cool thing about this phone.
Wait, should I get closer? Sorry,
Peter.
Should I enable Zoom?
Assemble, please. Reassemble.
Wow.
Merge back into a human. Okay.
All right. Sorry, man.
Peter's losing it today.
The point of this is that I can tell when something activates my front camera. And this actually happened with Firefox when I tried to go to my bank's website. It did not happen on Chrome or Brave, but it did happen on Firefox. So I actually stopped using Firefox because their mobile app sucks. But I'm the only one that can actually be protected by this because everyone else don't know when their front camera comes on. So super sketch.
Yeah. And I think that's what did give me pause, Peter, even me, to think like it's a great accessibility feature. This could be super valuable. I love that they have the technology to do this, but it's a phone app from Google. How do I know it's not watching me right now? And I mean, even just like the voice stuff, right? I was watching you shared some YouTube video about cybercrime today that I was watching, and I had my phone sitting on my desk, and something from that podcast triggered my Google Assistant. And it really made me realize, like, oh my God, you're actually listening to everything in my environment at all times.
Yeah.
It's too bad there's nothing I can do about that.
You could probably,
you couldn't possibly
nothing could be done.
Disconnect.
No, nothing can be done.
It's too late, obviously.
Something that this reminded me of is I have WhatsApp desktop installed. And
me too.
I had just updated it to where it doesn't need to be linked with my phone all the time. And my mic was having issues a couple days ago. It was saying it was being used. So I go into my mic privacy settings in Windows and I scroll and I scroll. I'm looking for the offending application that's hoarding my mic, and it says WhatsApp desktop currently in use. And I wasn't on a call in WhatsApp. It was just idling, listening. This
and we should be clear.
We're a step away from a dystopian future.
We should be clear that we do not endorse WhatsApp.
No.
In any way.
I'm kind of stuck.
Not
the only way for me to remain in contact with all of my family.
Yeah.
I have like three people on WhatsApp. It's on a different SIM card as well on another
smart.
phone. Yeah.
What are you, paranoid?
If you need a secure messaging app, Signal is the way to go.
Signal is the way to go. Yeah.
The official position of this show. But Peter, you could make that argument about any technology that like it could be used for evil. So
yeah,
I get it, but what are you going to do?
Exactly.
Just you can't ban technology because of that. Okay, that's just a risk. Nice, you got to live with it.
Well, sadly, also Google will have the best solution. And they will have the best solution. Well, no, false. Apple will not have the best solution.
Oh, false is it?
Apple sucks. All the things that Apple does suck. Siri sucks. No, really.
I am thinking about getting an iPhone, by the way.
They do hardware well. They do hardware.
No. You guys are misunderstanding me. The reason they suck is because they don't compromise on privacy. The reason Google does so well is because they do compromise on privacy. The reason Google's Home Assistant is so much better than anyone else's is because they just suck up all our data, and they get to use that when they model these I don't even know if we can call them artificial intelligences, but we're providing them with the data they need. Apple has taken a hard stance not to do so, which is why Siri is so ass.
This is okay. So this is something that I'm internally conflicted about, right? That it's what I was saying at the beginning. Every techno's utopian future is one step away from a dystopian privacy nightmare. It's so true because I read a lot of sci-fi and I watch a lot of sci-fi, and I want there to be an omniscient computer that knows everything about me, can predict everything I want, and will do it for me.
All right, what's the flip side?
It knows everything about me and it can predict everything I want, and it will do it for me. That's the flip side.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a corporation behind it,
right,
that has all this data, and that's what I don't like. If I could
always
control
the corporation,
somehow,
that's the problem. It's not the technology, though.
The corporation or governments. I don't know. There's nobody nice. Why can't we have some version of capitalism that
we do have
nice?
But it's like that the 1% level, incentive. Right? There are open source Home Assistant solutions, and they're good. And they're cool. You can customize it to name it Jarvis if you wanted to, instead of Siri or Alexa or whatever.
I call mine John. John, turn my lights on.
Do you want my voice as
John around?
Do you want me to like record a bunch of Peter?
That's what this whole podcast has been. It's just generating a library of John quotes.
My voice.
Actually, wait, John. Sorry, we're missing one. Can you say "I'm flushing the toilet now," Peter? Come on, just for fun, just and giggles.
Please, Peter, fuck off. That's gonna be
error
one day. Yeah, exactly. Error. You are being too much of a dick. Overload.
No. We'd never say that.
That would be fun. But shit, I lost my point. Oh yeah, no. Oh yeah, it's good technology, but wrong hands.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the truth. And I would, if I need this.
How do you have both though? So it's good technology because it's in the wrong hands.
Exactly.
And then what? How do you get it in the right hands?
You don't get both. You just
can't. That's it.
I don't think you can do that when we're talking about things like this. How are you going to train this? Probably using AI. How are you going to train it to know when I'm looking at the letter B versus A?
This is why we need to destroy money and move to a moneyless society. So that
did you read Mana yet? You don't get to have utopian opinions. I'm gonna actually gatekeep. I'm going to gatekeep this now. You don't get to have utopian opinions until you've read Mana.
Fuck, all right.
It's 92 pages, Peter.
I am going on a long trip soon, and I will get Mana.
I swear to God, you better. I swear to our technical overlords, you better
read through this. What was the other one we were going to talk about?
The communism. It was the communism one.
Manifesto.
Communist utopia or something.
Fully automated luxury communism. A manifesto by Aaron Bastani. Let's all read that for next week.
That's just from that title. That's just Mana right there.
Yeah,
that's literally Mana. It's you have no privacy. You share everything with everyone, and you live the good life.
Okay, we'll come back to this.
Yeah.
No, let's do a live on air.
Link somewhere.
Like, share. Go to your browser, type in
Amazon. Yeah. Oh, you got to think of the views, guys. Oh.